Colin Butler. Hang on, just Colin Butler here. Now, can you read your question, please, Mr. Butler?
Can I go on to the mic?
Just correct one.
Yes, that's the right one.
Right.
The
question-
Okay.
The question I would like to ask the committee concerning additional AQM in the borough is this, and I apologise if it is long-winded, but the whole issue is a complicated matter, as it relates to the monitoring of emissions from the energy from waste site. My question is this: considering that the DCC committee refused to endorse INEOS's proposal for a single point monitor, which was positioned upwind of the incinerator, the one that the lady previously says monitors the plumes, but it's less than 10% of the time, does this present committee consider it to be a good use of funds that would be available from the fund provided by the incinerator to be used for additional monitoring as proposed by the original 106 agreement between HPC and INEOS when planning permission was granted? The reason for this not being implemented is due to the fact that a public inquiry, which cost INEOS around £500,000, decided that INEOS, under the strict legal definition, had met the particular condition as stated in the permit. The fact that there were 4 assurances given at the planning application, which were no steam will reach ground level, there will be no noise complaints, there will be no complaints regarding odour, has all been proven as not being met. But the only one of those 4 assurances not being able to be proven incorrect is that the emissions will not be at the required limits at ground level because INEOS have refused to implement additional monitoring which the DCC deemed necessary. Hopefully this will further illustrate the additional monitor is what the local residents deserve. Thank you.
Right, thank you. You have the response.
Yes, apologies that I'll be talking with my back to you. The section 106 referred to in the question states that the lump sum payments made to the council as part of this development are to be used by the council to fund environmental matters as may be specified from time to time by the council within the borough of Halton for the benefit of all its residents in general, and which may include measures to improve public transport, highway network improvements, travel plan monitoring, waste recycling and wider community improvements such as landscaping and nature conservation measures. The spending of the monies received by the council as part of the section 106 arrangement is not a matter, unfortunately, that the Environment and Urban Renewal Policy and Performance Board is able to decide. The monies from the development must be spent in accordance with the legal agreement, which states that the council will convene a management board which shall include 3 elected members to be charged with the task of identifying environmental matters proposed by the borough of Halton. The management board will determine how the fund will be used in accordance with this legal agreement. The monitors on the brine reservoir are located within the predicted plume direction from the energy from waste site and therefore appropriate as considered by the Planning and the Environment Agency for monitoring any emissions from this site. These monitors have not measured any objective levels, any levels of pollutants above objective levels.
Samantha Bannion, please.
Well, can I ask a supplementary
I do
question?
apologise.
It's quite all right. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
The first thing I'd like to take issue of is the fact that the 106 agreement that I mentioned wasn't the one that was relating to the funds from there. There was an additional 106 agreement which has not been implemented. Now, but I can assure you that that's correct and I can let you have a copy of that.
I'm sorry, Mr. Butler, can we go straight?
We can.
I did say there's
Yes,
no
yeah, no, but I just wanted to a point of order really on that particular one. So with that in mind and considering that that there will be a separate committee that will decide this, is it then within the remit of this committee if not to authorise that? Is it within the remit of this committee to make recommendations that is actually taken up? And could I ask, if that's the case, could you please do so?
I'm not aware of the additional 106 agreement. I need to have a look at that. I have been informed that we can take recommendations to the board. The board hasn't yet been set up and will do so following a report to the executive committee. The details for requesting considerations to be made will be made as part of that report.
Will you